Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and thank you for attending this memorial service to acknowledge the 30th anniversary of the death of Constable Alan McQueen. My name is Inspector Matt Sareka. On behalf of your host officer, Acting Superintendent Sam Crisafulli, I would like to thank you all for attending today's memorial service.
Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, police colleagues, both current, serving and former. Welcome and thank you for coming together as we remember Constable Alan McQueen, Star of Courage, Medal of Valour, on the 30th anniversary of his death. Alan's family travelled from the New South Wales North Coast to be here yesterday. Despite it being 30 years this week, you have never been alone in your grief, and your family will forever be part of the New South Wales Police Force. On the 24th of April 1989, Constable Alan McQueen, who was a member of the Sydney District Anti-Theft Squad, was rostered with Constable First Class Ross Judd, Constable Jason Donnelly to patrol the King's Cross area. About 11:30am, Constables McQueen and Donnelly approached a man who they saw was acting suspiciously near a parked car on Hague Avenue, Woolloomooloo. The offender shot Constable McQueen in the chest and arm and Constable Donnelly in the stomach. The offender was pursued by both officers who returned fire but were unable to continue due to their serious wounds. Constable Judd also pursued the offender but returned to assist his colleagues. Constable McQueen died from his wounds at 9:57am on Friday the 5th of May 1989. All three officers were awarded the Commissioner's Valour Award and Alan was awarded the National Star of Courage. Alan McQueen was 26 years old when he died. There's a saying that nobody truly dies until their memory fades away. Today, as we stand together at this place, where 30 years ago the most terrible crime was committed against one of the country's brightest, fittest and most promising young men, one of us, we stand together with Alan's family, work colleagues and the current serving police officers who are now walking in Alan's shoes. Police officers who were not born 30 years ago. But today they will learn about Alan and his legacy will live on. His memory will not fade. Thank you.
Well, good morning, ladies and gents. Can I acknowledge our special guests here today, of course, all the McQueen family, and thank you for even 30 years down the track still being a part of the police family. It means so much to us, and talking to Sam over the last couple of days, the engagement you've had, I think it warms our heart too, because even 30 years down the track you can see the people you look around, old workmates, and even I hadn't met Alan as well, but it hurts, still hurts us, so we know it's something that you have lived with every day. So you making the journey to come back helps us as well, so we thank you for that. Deputy Commissioner Loy, President of the New South Wales Police Association, Padres, and looking around the room, lots of serving officers and lots of decent retired police officers also here today. Well, you heard the story in terms of how Alan lost his life. It's one of those few times when I think back and I remember where I was. I was working at Cobra Police Station at the time, and in a sense I felt like it changed the New South Wales Police Force forever. I remember that there were people crying whether they knew Alan or not, and it was something that really impacted on us all like I hadn't seen before. I was a young constable, joined around the same time Alan did. And you start thinking about my journey through to the Commissioner, and you think what I believed in along the journey. I mean, Alan had all of that. You know, why did he stop that guy on that day, that criminal? He stopped him because he was a crook catcher. He was a good police officer. He was a leader. That's not everyone. It's not all of us, but he had it. He attended the big jobs, he made the big arrests, and even after being shot with a high caliber pistol, what did he do? He chased him. He wanted to make the arrest. Amazing story of courage. An amazing person, an amazing police officer that was cut short, not only his life, his family life, but he could have been anything. He could have been standing here today as the Commissioner of New South Wales Police Force. And that's why we need to remember. We need to remember who he was and who he stood for. And I look forward to hearing from Mr McQueen in terms of what the man he was outside of the New South Wales Police, what he was like as a son. But from us, we promise you we will never forget. He is a big part of us. and the McQueen room will live on as his memory will, and we will never forget. And the great challenge for me is making sure that we will never forget, and we will always honour his service as we will his death. Thank you.
I now invite Mr. John McQueen, Alan's father, to say a few words.
There's no doubt it gives me a pleasure to be here today and have the opportunity to be with you on this day. And even though it's 30 years, to see the amount of people and the response and the words that have been spoken they're very, very touching. Very much so to our family. It's always hard to lose a son, but it becomes easier after 30 years. Even though it comes easier, our thoughts are in lots of ways. As the Commissioner said, he was a leader. He was a good boy. And most importantly, he was an honest man. He loved the police force, and he loved the people that were with him in the police force. He had so many friends that he'd come home on a holiday, and it wasn't a holiday to come home to us. He'd be gone. Harold Fredericks in Lismore, he was a detective, as you probably would know, some of you, and his son Paul is still there. But he'd go up to the Frederickses. He had to be a part of what was going on. He wouldn't come home for a day. Don't know where he went. He may not have been at the Frederickses. We don't know, but not to worry. But it is an honour for us all to be here. And on behalf of the McQueen family, I have so many people to thank. It's a sad day, yes, but it's a good day. It's a day we look forward. We don't look forward to it, but we acknowledge it and accept it, and we also are proud of our sons. To all of you, I thank you all for coming. I want to thank you very much for accepting us into your family as well. Thank you very much.